What's up, Internet World, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I bring you the 2022 Volkswagen Tiguan. So we're here today to talk about the all-new, refreshed Tiguan. You see, we did something similar with the Arteon. We had the old version and then the new version. And today, we're gonna talk about this beautiful, new, stylish Tiguan. So what is the Tiguan? Well, the Tiguan is now third row available. And guess what? That's a marketing ploy, just like all other small, compact SUVs. So I'm excited to talk about it because of a few reasons. One, because Volkswagen does very, very well on our channel. And thanks to you, Willie Mates, our loyal subscriber, he gave us this car to borrow. So there are 4 versions in the Tiguan, like all Volkswagens usually have. There's always starting with Treadline, and then you've got Comfortline R, and then of course this, the Highline. And the Highline includes all of the below. So this has an all new front fascia, and let's start with these headlights. You see, these headlights are modern. They're what the new generation Volkswagens are running with. And they do have something called cornering light. When you turn, it obviously goes that direction. Also has auto high beam. Yes, nice clean touch. It says IQ light on the side, nice and pretty. But the cool part about this whole setup is this illumination right here on the grille. It's only available on the Highline. You cannot get it when you get a Treadline. You have to get the big baller one to get this beautiful, nice LED strip across the front. And of course the R, because this is a full R-Line, fancy. And that R-Line gives this nice big bumper with these massive, what look to be air intakes. They're obviously not intaking anything, but they look like this big old mouth. Now moving along here, you'll see it does have this embedded camera, nice and sweet, nothing that's hitting underneath here. It's nice and clean with this front bumper, and underneath it, of course, you have your front Parktronics. Pretty straightforward stuff. It also does have 360 camera that I'll talk about inside when I talk about the interior portion. Of course, some of your radar portions are hidden right behind the Volkswagen emblem. And it also does have front pedestrian detection. It does auto brake for you. It does have adaptive cruise control, and of course, it keeps you in your lane, like all new cars do today. So here in Canada, you do get heated wipers. So let's check under the hood and see what we get. Now in Canada, we do get all-wheel drive standard. In the US, you get front-wheel drive choices, but here we get all-wheel drive. Now this is powered with a non-turbo 2-liter that makes 184 horsepower and 221 pound-feet of torque. Yes, it takes regular fuel, and yes, it does have start and stop with regen braking. What transmission? 8-speed. Thank God it's not CVT. Germans know, Germans know. Now moving along the side here, you will see that these headlights flare into the front fender. Now also you will see that it has chrome, and you're thinking, this has the R-Line, how come it has chrome? Well, check this out. In Canada, you can only get the chrome delete if you get a Comfort Line. It's called a black package and only available in the Comfort Line. You cannot get all black if you get the top model. You still get chrome. What's up with that, Volkswagen? What's up with that? So how about wheels? Well, when you get the Highline, you get these awesome 20s, and when you get the Comfort Line R-Line, you get 19s. These things look primo. I just find they do such a good job with wheels. Germans dominate the wheel space. You get some other brands that are actually trying to catch up now, but hey, they dominate that space. Now, what else can we talk about on the side of this Tiguan? Well, one thing's for sure, it only has keyless on the front. You can lock and unlock the doors only in the front. When you have the key in your pocket and the car's locked and you try to open the back, well, she don't open. Or maybe I'm just being a big baby, because now they got something called CarNet, like most manufacturers do, where you can lock and unlock your car as well as start it. You can also find out where it is, and you can actually set it up that it has a curfew, that, hey kids, get home because the car will not start. I got full control. Side and back of the Volkswagen Tiguan. Now, they've changed it a little bit. They don't have the side assist right on here anymore. It's actually like Audi on the actual housing, which is primo. It's more Audi-ish. Now let's talk about the back. It's kind of unchanged from the last gen. Don't see a big difference. Well, I do see the fact they moved the Tiguan from here, the lettering, to here to make it more modern, to appeal to the new young buyers. Everything else looks kind of the same. I don't see a difference. Now I will zonk the back rear wiper. We need to have it underneath. Now again, are we gonna zonk it? What do you guys think? So jokes aside, this thing does tow 1,500 pounds. Maybe that is the joke, but it does have tailgate. Look, powered tailgate. And then I give it a kicky, and she goes back down again. I just honestly think people buy Tiguans to tow. That's really it. I think they're just checking the box saying 1,500 pounds, that's what we tow, and like it or leave it. Love it or list it. We're not sure. Now when the trunk is up, you can actually set it by holding this button down. So if you want it a little bit lower, a little bit higher, voila, it is set. So let's see how much room we have in this trunk. Now as I slide my measuring tape back, I've got 40.5 as far as depth. As far as width, we've got 43. Ooh, this is a little bit wider than I expected. And let's see how much height we have. Maybe we have 24. Ooh, 29. So good space. What is hiding underneath this little cover? Yes, interesting. They've actually moved and made a space for this bad boy down here. Nice. You do get a full-size spare there. And of course, you want to put your seats down. You pull this thing back, and voila, this thing pops down. How much room do we have until the back of the center console there? 6 feet. She big. Back seat of the 2022 Tiguan. Now, do you guys notice how big this entryway is? It's massive. They've really kind of stretched it. Like, you know, in China, they've got long versions of cars. Like, they take most cars, they cut it in half, and they stretch it out. This feels like it. It just feels like this back is just so much bigger. When I think of Tiguan, I think about old generation smaller, but this one is just bigger. But this entry point I find really amazing. Nonetheless, they haven't forgot their plastic. They like to stick plastic everywhere to make you feel like, you know, you're not spending any money until you close the door and you hear this thump. Like, it's so thumpy. So maybe you can look past this plastic with the thumb. Nonetheless, this is called noisette leather. It's a two-tone type vinyl / leather material. They have upgraded, this has 3-zone climate control, so in the back you've got, with your finger, you just touch it. It's no pushy, it's just a touch little button, and I'm sure kids will put it on and then put it off because they don't know, they don't feel any reverb back in their fingers. So it does have USB-C and then a cigarette lighter right here. You can plug it in. Everything else feels pretty straightforward, except the fact that this offers sliding back seats. So you can slide it forwards and backwards all the way up and all the way back. And you can also recline it by pulling this handle and voila. Shall we see? Click. And then all the way back. And then let's see what's underneath here. Yes, 2 cup holders and a little baby cup holder there. And then little pockets behind the back seat. So this stuff behind here feels pretty vinyl-y and cheap, same with the door panels, but the seats feel buckety, these ones here. The fronts do have sport seats, and we'll talk about it. Nice big panoramic sunroof. I like the fact that it's all the way back here. It doesn't stop here. It's all the way back. Feels a lot, you know, feels airy back here. Front seats. Front seat time. Okay. I'm in. Ooh, nice sporty seats. For the first time ever, the Tiguan has ventilated seats. And they've got the steering wheel from the GTR. Yes! Love this steering wheel. Check out this trim. It's very Audi-esque. It's called dark grid trim. Now, it reminds me of Audi with that wood, with that little lines of aluminum that they force in there. It's very clean and nice. Speaking of Audi, check out this HVAC controls. It's 100% Audi. Use your finger and you slide left and right for your temperature control. And your heated seats and ventilated seats are right here. You can have the heated seats and the ventilated seats on at the same time, which is kind of cool. It blows hot air down your underside. And underneath the HVAC, you have 2 USB-Cs, no USBs. It does have a cigarette lighter. You can plug it in. And then, of course, wireless charging. Sweet. We're in 2022 now, so expected. It does have push button start, and of course, start and stop, park assist, and then your cameras. And then you have your electromechanical parking brake, and no Volkswagen would be complete without blank buttons. Yes, there are 2 blank buttons right here. And maybe they make it up because on the shifter, it is illuminated. You see, they're not depending on that little light that comes down. You actually have P, R, N, and D, and it's illuminated right on the gear shifter. And underneath that, you have your different driving modes. You can simply just turn it or push the button down, depending which selection you'd like to pick. Obviously, eco, sport, you know, guessing. Can we fit these guys? Yes, we can. Just drops straight in. It's nice that one's a little bit larger than the other. Not by much, just a hair, and it's nice because in case you have a little bit larger than this bottle, it will fit. And then underneath there, we got a little bit of space, but yeah, it feels very Volkswagen-ish. So let's take a quick dive into this 8-inch screen. So you'll see in menu, I have all my main layouts right there. Radio, telephone, navigation, media, app connect, vehicle, and sound, which you also have on the left and right on the screen here. Now again, this does have gesture feature. As I said, you'd have to put your hand on the bottom of the screen, wipe it left, wipe it right, and then it moves around for you. So I hit the card button and then the settings, and voila, there is ambient lighting. When I hit ambient lighting, I can pick all my different colors. Pretty straightforward, but it's nice that they offer 30 of them as opposed to 5 or 6. But check this out, there's one other small feature. When I hit that button there, I can select the area of how bright I want it to be. So voila, I hit the doors here, and I can adjust the brightness. Now, the interesting part is I only have doors. I can't seem to pick anything else. all areas, select color. See, it only lets me adjust the doors, which is kind of odd, but hey, at least they offer that. Next up is your assist systems. When I hit that button, voila, I get a beautiful display of a Tiguan without a license plate, and then the settings. And I can pick all the different features I want. I can enable them and disable them. Pretty cool, because this also does have road sign display, so it can tell the speed of the area that you're in. If it has construction or if there's a speed limit change, it'll tell you in the vehicle. Pretty cool. Next up is climate control. Let's gesture over. Gesture. Come on, gesture. Come on, gesture. Climate control right there. I hit the button and voila, I can actually see what temperature is going in each side. So for me on my side, it's 18, and then passenger side, it's 25. I can sync it together. This is not new news, but it's new for the Tiguan. Otherwise, you'd have to go down here. But the cool part about it is you can select the rear, and you can adjust the rear temperature. Before, you'd have to actually go in the back and put your hands and try to feel it out, but now you can control it because it's all digitally done now, which is nice, or electronically done, however you want to call it. Anyways, enough about this screen. Let's talk about the new Pro Driver's Display. So with the digital cockpit, it's obviously controlled by the steering wheel, and there's so many features on this thing, so let's just use our little buttons on my right hand here, and I can show you how this works. Now, I do have, like most cars, I do have a toggle menu at the top, and this is no different, but it's cool because it shows your album covers on the audio here that it did not do before. Next up is telephone, then vehicle status, your driving data. So you have your different driving modes. You can toggle between economy, overview, range, energy consumers. And then I can have my speed right in the center along with the other speed that's to my right of it with a full digital speedometer. It's a lot of speeds going on. Road sign, oil temperature, trip, and then back to economy. So when I move over, pretty straightforward, easy stuff that I can adjust right here. Your navigation where I can zoom in and out by simply hitting this button. That's pretty cool, straightforward stuff. But the cool part about it now is when I want to turn the volume up, I simply just move my finger left and right on the steering wheel. And the other cool part about it is that if I want a heated steering wheel, I have 3 increments of heated steering wheels, not just one. Off, and 3. Full jam, 2 jam, 1 jam, off. So serious question about the Tiguan. Do males buy more Tiguans than females, or do females buy more Tiguan than males? I'll leave that in the comments below. How does it feel to drive? Well, pretty Volkswagen-y, very good steering, feels solid, good visibility. It basically feels like a really jacked up Golf with more space in the back. Now, this isn't a new engine for the Tiguan, it's just more today's fluff. Always had good steering, man. This feels like a Golf. Feels like a Golf. It's easy to drive. Great steering, great suspension. Golfs, Volkswagens in general, are like the best to drive in the city. They're good on the highway, but in the city, they just do something unique. They're just easy to zip around in. This does feel a little bit lethargic, but not too bad. We'll get going, it putters away. Look at the steering. Just watch my steering inputs. It's just easy to drive. Now that I found sport, it's waking up. It's actually pretty good. I mean, it does make 220 whatever foot-pounds of torque. That's plenty for something that's this small. Oh yeah. Okay, Tiguan. You know what feels homey? The fact that I have Audi pedals. These pedals are from an Audi S3. That's sweet. And I got a dead pedal, not a carpet. Thank you, Volkswagen. Give me a dead pedal. So I'm okay with this plastic because I have dead pedal, a real legitimate dead pedal. And I have good quality, firm, hold me in seats. It's peppy. It's peppy. Peppier than I expected. God, I was driving an Eco wondering why is this thing so slow? But in sport, she good. This is such a tough segment, but all in all, the Tiguan does a really good job because they're trying to put pieces of the present and some of the stuff from the past, like the Germanness of it, and then add some of the present with the quality plastic pieces. But hey, you've got a little touch so you can slide your hand left and right, just like your iPhone or any new smartphone. So that's kind of adding it together, right? And then they got the styling on the outside. It's probably one of the better looking ones. I mean, you got CR-V, RAV4, this thing, yes. And this thing is available as a 7-passenger, so that's kind of interesting. Again, I can't see the 7-passenger being very big. It's probably like 5 and then 2 little ones, but hey, better than the Mitsubishi Outlander that has a 7-passenger but makes like 181 pound-feet of torque. Doesn't go anywhere, cannot be fast enough. So this motor is one step up from that. So if you're looking at a Mitsubishi Outlander, hypothetically, hey, the Tiguan should be on your list. That is, if you like the way it looks. And if you can even get one, because dealerships are pretty much sold out. It is what it is. Hope you guys like this video, and as always, thanks for subscribing.